Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Brad Cook Stuff. So this evening, I decided I would take a few things that are in my fridge that I picked up over the last few days and put them together into some sort of dinner. But I needed a couple other things, so while I was out this evening, I grabbed a couple other ingredients to mix in, and I think I've got a nice dinner idea. Anyway, rather than showing you all of the ingredients at once, I'm just going to show you what I'm making as I put each part together. So let's go ahead and start with my side dish. For my side dish, I'm going to start with a couple of hard-boiled eggs. I learned how to do these when I was back in America, so I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of hard-boiled eggs now. I bought a couple of trays of shrimp this evening at a discount, so while my eggs are boiling, I'm going ahead and cutting these up into smaller pieces. Well, that's all the shrimp cut up. The eggs are still cooking. I'm going to give them a little longer. All right, I use an egg slicer to slice up those two hard-boiled eggs and put them in with the shrimp. I'm going to stick these in the fridge, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the main part of tonight's dinner. All right, so the main dish, I've got an Australian steak that I got for a discount, a red onion, and some sambal. Now, sambal is an Indonesian spicy paste that my mother got me started on when I was back in America, which is funny because at the time, you could not get sambal in my hometown. Apparently, the company that exports it is not exporting right now, so everybody was sold out of that and sriracha. Anyway, I found some here because I live in Asia and it's pretty easy to get. So I'm going to go ahead and slice up this steak, slice up the onion, and then put some sambal in it and fry it all up. I went ahead and cut up 2 steaks, put them in the pan. Now we're just going to get this red onion, and it'll be time to fry. All right, that's our beef and red onion. I'm going to salt this and then put some sambal on it, and then I'm going to fry it. I added a liberal amount of salt while I was cooking this, but I think everything has cooked together nicely. Let's go ahead and put this into a container and go back to our side dish. So my side dish of egg and shrimp, I am told, would taste very good with some celery salt. So let's go ahead and add some, mix it up, and then I think it's time for dinner. As for my vegetable, I went ahead and just bought a baby leaf mix from Itoyokado, and that should be enough. All right, moment of truth. I have a plate of some Australian beef and red onion in sambal, which should be pretty spicy, and some hard-boiled egg and shrimp with celery salt. And, of course, to round it off, I have a lovely baby leaf mix salad. All right, so let's try the main dish first, obviously. All right, so we'll get a little bit of this beef and onion. All right, so, I mean, that smells pretty spicy. Let's see how it is. Right, that's actually pretty good, man. The onion gives it a nice crunch. The beef is pretty tasty. And with that sambal, gives it a nice kick, but not as much as I would have expected. Now, keep in mind, I have a pretty high spice tolerance. So, if your spice tolerance is a little bit lower, you might want to use a little bit less. Let's try a little bit of this cold egg and shrimp with celery salt. There we go. Try and get a little bit of everything. There we go. That's a nice little bite. Okay, that's excellent. The celery salt definitely gives it a nice flavor, stronger than, say, the shrimp and egg, which usually have kind of a weaker flavor, but not so strong that it overpowers it. I want to have a bite of that. Okay, that's actually really nice. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't have a little bite of this baby leaf mix with, okay, use kind of a salty dressing. So we'll see how it is. Okay, that's really nice. That's a nice compliment to the meal. I did nothing for this salad except put dressing on it, so I can't really claim any credit for that. I want to have one more bite of my main and my side here. All right, we'll start with the main and some beef and some of this red onion. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I like that. That's nice and hearty. I mean, strong beefy flavor, but the onion and the sambal definitely give it a nice, strong backup flavor. As for this side dish, I think this is maybe the star of the show here. A little shrimp and egg with celery salt. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I like that. So, here's the thing. None of this was difficult to make. I used a pretty simple steak that I got cheap with a red onion, which is also not particularly expensive, and some sambal, which, if you can't find it, you could use something like harissa or some other hot sauce. As for the side dish, I mean, seriously, it's already boiled shrimp. I didn't boil it myself. I bought it pre-boiled. It's ready to eat. And I hard-boiled an egg, which is not that difficult, but if you're not good at hard-boiling eggs, you can actually buy them at the store pre-boiled. And the celery salt, they'll sell at most any major grocery chain. As for this salad, I mean, come on, buy yourself a bag of salad. I like the spinach type of stuff, but whatever you want. Throw on your favorite dressing, and there's your salad. Now, this doesn't have a whole lot of starch in it, so, I mean, if you really wanted some starch, you could probably add a potato or some rice or some bread or something like that with it. I didn't, just because I didn't really feel like it. Anyway, I got a bunch of this left here on the plate, and I got plenty of leftovers each. Plus, I'm going to need to finish this salad off, because otherwise it's going to get soggy. But, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping in, and we will see you in the next video. All right.